What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're talking about Green Arrow issue number 28, The Crimson Archer Strikes. This one's written by Chris Condon with artwork by Montos. And for those who don't know, Green Arrow is officially ending in December at issue 31. And that makes me a sad panda because I'm really liking Green Arrow. And it sucks, like when a book is really good and it gets pulled, and some other books, which I don't know if they're really selling all that great and are really all that good themselves, just continue to roll on forever, it seems. It's kind of a shame that an audience wasn't there to support Green Arrow the way I wish they would have, because this has been a really good series. And if you like Green Arrow, if you like the street level stuff, then you should definitely be checking out this Chris Condon stuff. But looks like the storyline, whatever this is, will wrap up in December. And, you know, the creative team tried. They gave it their best shot. And, I mean, it was really good. But it's a shame that it has to end the way it does. I'm like, oh, finally, some good street level stuff. I'm like, no. So I'm sad to hear about Green Arrow ending, because I really liked it since Chris Condon has taken over. I know we're only on the second arc, but it's been pretty damn good stuff. So again, written by Chris Condon, artwork by Montos. At the end of the previous issue, Ollie was facing off against the Crimson Archer, but the person that the Archer was targeting got hit with another one of those hypodermic needles or whatever, and was hit with is basically overdosing. So he has to get him to the police station. They give him some stuff to kind of help mend the overdose in time for the ambulance to arrive. And the cops have this stuff on standby because a lot of more people seemingly are like overdosing. Then he goes to meet his detective friend. I can't exactly remember her name off the top of my head, but she was in the prior arc. They go and do some investigating. We also have Roy and Leon working together as like the Cheshire Cat, or what was it? Shoes. God, I'm drawing a blank on Leon's hero name, but we have Leon and Roy working together as father and daughter, getting some much needed bonding time and character work together of them as a unit, which we really haven't gotten some good one-on-one time, because, you know, Roy's been off in Titans trying to do whatever when he should just be a parent, you know, kind of like how Wally has his shit together. Wally's the Titan who has everything together the most. That's why he's barely in that book, if he even appears. But I like this. This is good stuff. We have some addicts there, and there's one of them was like, I had no choice and all that. And Roy's just like, look, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. So using his former, like, overcoming the addiction aspect and kind of taking what he's gone through and his experiences to help others, that's a good thing for him. And showcasing his daughter, like, hey, look, I was in a bad place beforehand, but you can be better than me. And like, there's hope for redemption and getting oneself better. And he's going to try and use that to help some of these people who've been, you know, victims of the Crimson Archer or just other things in general. They do some investigating. They find out more about the stuff that they've been ODing with. It's not quite heroin. It's from this drug known as Alaria. And it has something to do with this pharmaceutical company, which has connections to that Albert Noyce guy that we saw all the way back kind of in the beginning of this arc that we have there. And then we have like, hey, there was no real, like, it wasn't until like 5 years ago, neither Advance nor Albert Noyce existed. So what's really going on here? So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think this guy is going to be the Crimson Archer, but his motivations for why he's doing what he's doing will be kind of interesting to see unfold, and how this all kind of came to be. To me, that's the more exciting aspect of the storyline, because beforehand we had the Freshwater Killer saga, and that was a really good, compelling reveal with the whole town kind of involved in. They had understandable motivations, and it also tied back to Oliver Queen and, you know, his fights for quote unquote social justice, people who've been wronged, and like his responsibilities, but also trying to make things right and all that too. It just was a perfect Green Arrow storyline to like see him kind of deal with something like that, where you can understand their motivations. And there was somebody else kind of pulling the strings. Yeah, they did wrong, but you understand why they did wrong, and, you know, they're still going to face justice for it, but maybe there's still hope for other things to kind of like make some things right and closure. So I feel like we're going to get something like that with this thing. I don't know if it'll be quite as good, but, you know, seeing Roy and Leon work together, that's stuff I want to see more of. So good stuff overall. I also found out that Birds of Prey is also ending in December. Now, I haven't really covered like that series. That was kind of one where I just would read because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of read that storyline and then just see where it takes itself. I just didn't feel like covering it. And that'll be interesting to see what they do next now that Green Arrow and Birds of Prey are ending. But I think they're going to relaunch a bunch of titles next year. I feel like Flash is probably going to relaunch again. We're probably going to relaunch maybe a few other DC heroes. I feel like Nightwing might relaunch too. I mean, Nightwing's still selling fine. But it's one of those titles where I feel like they probably want to start with some new number ones. Probably do a Teen Titans number one too. That would be my guess. That's one I feel like they should relaunch because I know they got Titans right now, but the Titans book right now feels kind of maybe these are just characters who feel like they peaked in high school, and I feel like the Teen Titans aspect is more interesting than what they got going on there. And you know what? I still think the idea of the older heroes mentoring the younger heroes is a good idea for a Titans or Teen Titans book because you want to see the younger heroes really kind of grow on their own in some ways. That's kind of the reasons where Teen Titans was formed. It was the sidekicks of the main heroes, just kind of forming their own paths. That's kind of what made it interesting. Now that they're all kind of older, it's like, I mean, it's just kind of, it's still the Titans, but it's getting those vibes where like you guys are just maybe too old to be doing some things, or maybe you should be further along than where you're at. So I don't know. I'm going way off tangent right here when I should be just talking about Green Arrow. But Green Arrow is good. Artwork by Montos, really excellent. And I'm just kind of sad that this storyline this book is just going to end, I feel like almost too soon because this is only the second arc and it's been really good stuff. Arguably the best stuff going on in terms of the DC books that I've been covering in terms of like the main universe. So I'm going to be sad that it's going to start to end. But you know what? At least we got some good Green Arrow stuff. I was happy to see the title come back. And as it got really, really good, like an improvement over what Williamson was doing. Not that I strongly disliked it, but the stuff that we've got going on here has just been much better. It's just kind of sad it has to end so soon. Damn it. I like this and the Rebirth book felt like they ended way too soon for me because I really like Green Arrow Rebirth under Ben Percy, and I like this one a lot too. So bummer. Especially because there's other Arrow family members that I feel like didn't get the chance. I would have liked to seen what Montos and Chris Conda would have done with those characters. So, but we still got a few more months. So like 3 issues after this one. And then it's on to whatever's next for Green Arrow and some of these other DC characters. So hopefully some good stuff. And those books are well received and people enjoyed them. So, yep. Anyways, what did you think of this issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content. Hit the bell for notifications, all the fun stuff. I got some more books I got to talk about a lot this week, actually. I mean, I finished up DC versus Vampires, so you can check that video out. And then I got this one. I got a few other books I got to read, like Superman, Justice League Unlimited. I was going to read Detective Comics. There's also a new Godzilla comic book that is out today. So it's a very busy comic book day / week for me here on the channel. So yeah, look forward to all that. All right, as always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.